Hello, everyone. This is Carlos with the Boys DM, and I'm here with Corey Wales, founder slash creator of the Culinary Underworld. How you been, man?
Been doing good, man. How are you?
Doing good. So start things off. If it's all right for the audience to know, where are you from?
I live in Everett, Washington. I should probably clarify the state. Uh, yeah, I live in Everett, Washington at the moment.
Nice. Just
Yeah.
for yeah, I live there too, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were
Yeah, I
like
live in
local. So.
the Edmonds area. Yeah, Edmonds area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like North Everett, almost Marysville.
Ah, nice.
Word. Yeah.
So a lot. I guess a lot of people know. I mean, like a few people probably know that you are sorta, I wouldn't say big yet, but you're well known with like the like I wouldn't like the what's the word? Let's see. Um
I'm pretty. I'm pretty like synonymous with like local kids actually doing
oh yeah.
things. I'd say
Yeah.
is probably the best way to put it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not shit, but like I'm not shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't really know how to like say it in a like better vernacular than that, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, some
So
people know me.
oh my bad.
No,
See what
you're
you're saying?
showing your son.
All
No, I
right.
was gonna say some people know me. That's
Yeah.
about
So
as far as
another
it goes.
thing, what was like so like I know like I was watching the other interview from that you posted on your account, like the interview was saying like around like the age of 9 you were like more like you were conscious about like how what you're wearing and stuff, and that's kind of like how like
Hmm.
you got into like fashion, I guess.
Yeah,
Mm. And
yeah.
like what was it like, did you have any like when you were like young, did you have any like certain like influences for like your style, or like did you know like I want to like strive for this type of like little like this like category of clothing?
Like I just was hella into like the like all I did like after school was like go home and watch like whatever Rob Dyrdek reruns were on.
Mm.
So like if it was like older shit like from when I was like a toddler, like Robin Big, like I'd watch that, but I'd watch Fantasy Factory like when it aired and shit. And
Mm.
then like Ridiculousness and all that too. And like I was just like I don't never really remember why. I think it was just because he was funny and I always thought skateboarding was super cool and a lot of my older brother's friends like skated and it was the early 2010s, so the skate style was very different from what it is now. So I mean, I just kind of tried to replicate that. That was kind of as far as it went. I remember the shift from like baggy pants to skinny jeans type shit.
Oh,
And so like I
nice.
remember like rocking baggy jeans and then like skinny jeans being cool and like fighting to get those because that was like the new hot shit. And it was like chunky DCs and like
Mm.
fucking Quicksilver t-shirts and shit. Like I don't know, like whatever was at Ross that could make me look like Rob Dyrdek.
No, nice. Yeah, I still remember that too. Just like the like I remember when skinny jeans were like huge. Like pretty sure like almost like 90% of like everyone I like when I was like middle school like had them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like I remember that shift from like skinny jeans being like, oh, what the fuck, these are weird, to being like, oh, like you're whack if you don't have some. So like, all right,
Yeah.
damn, let's see what
uh.
Cole's got, I guess.
Mm. So Rob Dyrdek skating. Is there like did you get any like inspiration from like music?
um, Not really, because just like I don't know, I like I listened to like the same 10 songs on my tablet for like fucking 3 years of elementary school. So like, didn't really delve into my own music taste until I was in the middle school,
Mm.
or like about to go into middle school, and by then I definitely didn't have shit figured out, but I started to get a dial on things.
Nice.
At
So
least figure something out.
that. Oh my bad. I
No,
just
you're
didn't.
chilling, bro. No,
All right. All right. I just kind of lost my track
I
for a
say
minute.
it's like after
So
I'm just
that
like,
music.
no, my thoughts are super half baked. It's chill.
All right. Let's see. So, so you like found like thought of the idea of Underworld, like, if I'm correct, because I was looking at it, 2019, right? Or
2018 first
2018. All
drop
right.
was in 2019. I wanted to start Underworld. I my first ever release was gonna be slotted for, I think it was August 2018.
Mm.
Um, and I remember posting like video explanations on like my main page of like what I wanted it to be, and like, because I mean, like by then, like I was about to be a junior in high school, and it was just kind of like kids I went to school with and shit on there. So I kind of felt the need to do like a little kind of like story vlog clarification on like, hey, this is what the fuck I'm doing, and this is why I'm doing it. And then I didn't do anything with it for the whole summer, because I was working. And then yeah, first drop was February 2019. So
Nice.
I say since 2019 because I mean it's like that was when my first release was. That was when I was actually like at least on the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then so that, and then was there any like, did you any run into like any problems or like making clothes? Like was there any like drawbacks when you first started?
Bro, literally everything. Like to this day, yeah. Like
I know it's a pretty vague
it's a
question, but
bitch.
like
No, you're chilling. Like
yeah.
I can bounce a lot off of it, so I'll give you some content. Uh, yeah, dude. Like I had never used a sewing machine before I got enrolled in a fashion and merchandising program, and so like I had to learn from scratch, which like I'm not really super good with my hands. Like I'm not a mechanical
Oh
person.
yeah,
Like
I
I
feel
have
that.
I struggle with like straight up like I'm like on the record I struggle with tying my shoes. Like it takes me like 2 minutes to do it. Like I some shit ain't right in the that department. And so learning how to sew was like shit, okay. And then the one thing that made it nice was with learning how to sew, it was like you learn this one thing and then it can be applied in other ways. And because pretty much if you understand how a basic seam works, it's the same thing everywhere.
Mm.
Way better than me. That's not the case. But for me, that's how I approach it. Is like everything is just folds and sews and cuts, and that's all it is. So that was a huge drawback. Like money was like a big drawback. Like I was like 16 working fast food and like paying for car insurance and shit, and like going to school. Like I didn't have like hella bread to throw at the wall. My I spent like my first drop I spent like all my own money on like I wasn't like, oh, like I need to borrow money for this or I need to do that. Like I saved up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna order however many. I think it was like a little under $300 worth of t-shirts. And I was like, all right, we're gonna see if these move. And like that was that. So like
Mm.
that was scary. So just getting the nerve to do it was probably the hardest part. Like I said, I delayed it by half a year
Mm.
before I even touched it with a 10-foot pole. So
Mm. Nice. So like when you first started shirts, was they like? Because I know like when most people like start like clothing brands, they like just get blanks and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Were you like the type to like use like Gildan or like?
Fuck no. I specifically advertised my first release as being as saying I'm not printing on Gildan bullshit. I remember that post. Um no, my first three t-shirts that I dropped, which was the car tee, the Your World collaboration tee, and the Atomic tee, were all printed on Champion tagless. Because I wanted like a better, more quality heavyweight shirt. It's just with that it becomes like almost double the expensive, and then I have to charge more, and I don't have a name to charge for. And the t-shirts, truthfully, like I mean, I don't give a fuck about like my pride in that sense. Like they didn't sell well at first, and like I was pretty discouraged. So I was like, oh no, fuck that. So like when I did the simple tees that actually sold well, with Autumn Winter 19 Part 3 back in December. Those were printed on jerseys, which is still better than Gildan or Hanes. It's no fucking Gucci quality, but I was also charging $12 for a screen printed limited batch T-shirt. So I don't think anybody would give me too much shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, never printed on Gildan, never printed on Fruit of the Loom, none of that shit.
Mm.
I mean, no diss to people that do, because like, bro, some of my favorite T-shirts and like band merch and shit's like on Gildan and all that. It's
Oh
just like
yeah.
I think that like right now having a brand and like just printing on Gildan is like such like a suicide mission because it's such a cliche. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's actually nothing wrong with Gildan. Like they're fine quality wise. I think the stigma. And so I tried to just like 180 and avoid that as much as I could when I started.
Mm. So getting onto that, like, what was it? Oh yeah. Aside from that, so I saw on your account that it was the Underworld account that you actually some artists you sent clothing to. Was it Smart Death and Lil Raven, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna ask. It was a really good question. I was gonna,
A
or I
few,
think it was a good.
a couple others that I haven't gotten pictures from, but um, yeah, yeah. Smart Death and Low Raven have been the two that people are most in the know about.
Mm. So yeah, about I was gonna ask, is there any like artists that you were like that are like currently that you'd want to like have your clothing like or like have them like showcase in the future?
Dude, yeah, I literally tweeted at Laura Les and Dylan Brady today, and I
Oh,
was
100
like, at
gigs,
100
nice.
bucks. Yeah, I was like, please let me send you shit because I messaged Laura and Dylan like some months ago, and they never got back to me, which sucks. But yeah, I would. I mean, I would love to make clothing for them just because they're so fucking crazy. I would really, really like. I just because I think he would fit so well. I would kill to get Night Lavelle in something.
Oh, nice.
Just like definitely like more of the darker shit I make. Like I could definitely see him and like preferably not a fucking flannel. I'd like to get a famous person and something else, but um because the flannel the staple and I'm like, let me do other things. But I would love to make something for him. I mean I crossed a big one off my list when I sent a little care package to Tupor back in like October. Um and yeah, she's a sweetheart. Layla hasn't gotten the pictures back to me, which kind of sucks, but it's all G. Um, but yeah, like outside of that, like I don't really know. Like I can't really think of like any huge artists that like if tomorrow they hit me up, I would like
Mm.
shit myself over. I'm trying. I'm really trying to think, but like. Because I mean, like I love music. My entire life is just one big soundtrack. But I can't think of like one person that I would like lose my mind over. I guess.
Have you ever thought of Cold Heart, like the goth boy clique like type scene?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know if I could. I got a couple homies. Or I got a homie, I should say, that is very tight with all of them,
Mm.
and like he was at Colby's wedding and shit. Um, And I remember he said something about getting me in contact, and then he never did. But like, I never pressed the issue just because like I'm not gonna like be like the annoying kid in a scenario like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course, I would love to. I mean, I have um. I don't know if you do any cutting. Maybe don't put all of this in, but
Yeah.
um I have messages from when I first started of like sending fish narc shit, but I never ended up going through with it. Um, and like I've talked to Zubin and stuff too. He's nice. Ooh,
Nice.
actually, yeah, you definitely put this part in. I would love to get Lil Lotus and some shit.
Oh, Lolos, yeah, nice.
Yeah, because he's just got such a crazy look, and I love his music. Um, I've reached out to hella people, and I've like gotten almost there with hella people. I tweeted at 93 Feet of Smoke, some months ago, and he was like, "Yeah, for sure, DM me." And then I like DM'd him, and he never replied. And I was like, "Sick." Uh, um, I was gonna get PPG Casper and some shit because that motherfucker is SoundCloud Justin Bieber, and I want him in some shit before he's like the hottest thing out. And I wanted to get him in some shit. He was like, "Yeah, for sure, your shit's hard," and then just ghosted me, and I was like, "Fuck, all right, cool." Um, I mean, honestly, that's happened with a lot of people. I've messaged a lot of people and gotten a lot of replies, and that like pretty much almost always fizzles out,
Mm.
which kind of sucks. Because some people like get it, and other people I'm like, you are not Holly to be ghosting me type shit. But it's whatever. I'll get it how I get it. I don't take it personally.
Yeah, totally. I understand. I think one artist I think would look really good with Underworld swag, I guess, would be Are you familiar with? Oh, there's this one group that I listen to a lot. Are you familiar with Midnight Society?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, there's this one dude named Kamiyata. I think he looked
Oh,
really
I know
nice.
Kamigata. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he looked pretty nice in
Kamigata's
the
dope.
flannel.
Yeah. So yeah, someone like Kamigata or like like obviously like getting Scarlet or something, and like
Mm.
some shit like that would be fire. Or like, yeah, I guess by that standard, like, um, definitely, I want to say like not as much anymore, but like there was a time when like it was my number one goal to get Zillikami and some shit.
Oh,
That
nice.
was that was like number priority uno, but like that never uh ended up happening, obviously. But yeah, missing since Thursday was a big reason I started too. All the jeans they wear and shit that are made by, I'm pretty sure Righteous P makes them. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but um, yeah, the missing since Thursday shit, and just Zilla's whole look, I was super influenced by it at one point.
Nice.
I started wearing Harley.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I remember like when like I first like saw Zilla, like the jeans with like all the like the patches on it. That shit went
Mm-hmm.
hard as fuck.
Yeah, those are the missing since Thursday patches. As far as I know, his half brother that runs Hikari Ultra Righteous P, I'm pretty sure he's the guy behind missing since Thursday, but I'm not positive.
Nice.
Um, I might have misquoted in an old interview, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Someone can tell me I'm wrong. I'll take
Yeah, someone in the comments tell me if I'm like I'm a dumbass for like not cutting this out.
it.
Yeah.
Be like that sometimes. It's all good.
Yes, yeah. Going off of that, so like when you first started like making clothing, were there any other brands that you got like inspiration from, or like you're like,
Oh
yo,
yeah.
this like, yeah.
Oh yeah. So I should have let you finish the question. I'm a dickhead if
Oh
you
no,
want
that's
to
fine.
repeat
That's pretty
the
much the whole
first
question.
guy.
Just like influence
Oh,
from your
word.
clothing.
Yeah, I mean, I have said it before. Like, I mean, you can't really see it now, but like when I first started, like all I was wearing was um like super radical FTP stray rats, like all that kind of shit. Um, I'd say like nowadays more than anything, because I totally shifted like what I like, but right now like I've been really really liking dude, I'm so mad that I can't remember his name because I see his shit on Instagram all the time. But his whole thing pretty much is he does what I do, like he does all upcycling thing, but he does it all with military surplus shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, and I like for being in the scene and how famous he is, I should definitely know him. But he's fucking insane. I'm sure anybody that knows half a thing about the Instagram fashion scene will know who I'm talking about. He's crazy. Um, Also fucking another like Instagram designer that I really really like. So much of this shit like blends in. Like I'm a part of that. Like not everything I make is super. I'm not like reinventing the wheel or anything, but like
Right.
someone that I think that's making really really cool shit and just like producing all kinds of different shit is I've never heard it actually said, so I'm just gonna say it how it's pronounced, but Sinja Hamilton, Sinja Hamilton, might be Sinya.
Mm.
Um, but they are ridiculous. Like they don't really do. I haven't seen much cut and sew, but like the stuff that they design is really really unique and next level. As far as cut and sew goes, I'd say most people are dead is up there, as well as obviously like everybody like, oh, the rebuilt needle stuff, yeah, duh, no shit. uh, um that's a given. And also um again, don't know if I'm saying it right, kind of actually, cut that. um Junior Watanabe as well. um
Mm.
and especially like the shit that they did with Levi's is just beautiful, and I love it. Also like Palace.
Palace is
i,
nice.
I love Palace.
Palace is a
But
skating brand. Am I correct? Right?
yeah, London based
Yeah. Because I keep getting
skate.
confused. Because I remember like I've correct if I'm wrong. They did something with Adidas at one point.
They've done multiple things with Adidas.
Yeah, because like I remember like seeing people at school just wearing it. I'm like, and I think I copped like a hoodie from them, and like someone asked me, "Yo, you skate?" And like I had no fucking like knowledge of it being a skate brand. I had to like quickly panic. I'm like, just like
Yeah, no, for someone like Palace for me is one of my favorite brands because they actually give a fuck about like designing things like in a high fashion way. They have a really crazy skate team, and they also, since they're in the UK, like they have a little bit of like that kind of, I don't know. I'm mainly speaking on behalf of like their poster boy Blondie McCoy, but just kind of like that gritty UK style. I really like. Um, and yeah, this dude, I really don't think Palace misses. Like I fucking I love Palace. Like if someone held a gun to my head and they were like, "Who do you want to work with?" Like I'd probably say Palace are fucking awesome. I really don't know which. Probably Palace, honestly.
Nice.
I
I
was I,
mean,
like I was wearing a Palace hat in my video interview with Josh.
nice. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see Underworld X Palace in the future.
Yeah, man. One can dream, right?
Yep.
Like if I get a follow back, I'll call it a dub.
Like if it
A
ever happens,
little
I'll,
early to.
I'll like if it ever happens. Oh shit, did I cut you off again? Fuck.
No, man, you're chilling.
All right. I was gonna
Oh
say like,
shit.
bro, if there's ever a Palace X Underworld fucking collab, like I will be like the first person to cop that shit because like, that would be hard as fuck. Like just think about it in my head.
Yeah, speak it into existence, man. Oh, I mean, doubling back, if you want to pepper this into the other question, I'll just give you a shit ton of answers about one of the questions. But if I wanted to get other people on my shit, I would also say Uzi. Um, but like that's, I feel like most brands would probably say that. Um, but I would say probably Uzi, Manson, or fucking no, yeah, fuck and whatever. I hope I
Hmm.
can cuss too. I'm giving you a lot of bleed.
Oh no, it's fine.
All right. I don't know what your audience is, so
I mean, it's their. It's. I mean, like if someone's like letting their like kid watch it, it's their fault.
yeah, that's I mean that's my stance too. But everybody's got different views on that shit.
Yeah. We get like demonetized because we like had like several like f bombs.
Yeah, I mean, big fan of Cody Ko and Noel Miller, and I listen to their podcast religiously, and they talk about that all the time. Like, oh, cool, it got demonetized again. Like,
Yeah.
right. So next question on your list, boss.
Uh, let's see. You know, like that Google Doc just did. Oh no, we're chilling. We're chilling.
Swag.
Have you like speaking of like is there any like local artists like you know in like Seattle that you'd like have sent clothing to, or has it just been like Smart Death,
I
Lil Raven, and all that?
uh I I'm gonna watch what I say here pretty carefully. I am not incredibly affiliated with the overall Seattle scene in most ways,
Hmm.
and it's not something that I am currently gunning to be involved in any capacity. The smaller artists that I've got put in my shit are primarily my friends who
Hmm.
also are legitimately my favorite artists. So yeah, the people in my lookbooks and some of the people that I've done custom work for, like I would say like my fucking best friend in the world, Bedhead, like yeah, like I've done hella custom work for him, but that's also just because like he's done a shit ton for me as far as helping me with music and like mixing and shit, and he's just a good friend of mine, and I'm a huge lover of what he makes, so it's just kind of give some, take some. But no, I mean, as shitty as it is, like, or not, I don't want to say as shitty as it is. I don't, I like, I guess I don't want to sound arrogant, but like the stuff that I make, like I'm not just like it's not just like, oh yeah, like yeah, bro, I'll order an extra hoodie next time I order them and give you a free one. It's like I'm almost all of my shit, 99% of my shit, is I'm sitting down and creating one of one things, and
Hmm.
so it's like I'm putting in time. So it's like for me, it's like I don't really want to work with people unless like is kind of like I said, kind of like as arrogant as it sounds, like if they can do something for me, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's like, well,
understand. Yeah, I understand.
if I'm gonna put in all this time and do this, that, and the other, like if I'm not being compensated, like I hope you have a big enough following to like bring people to my page to compensate me with work. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like and like I've had cases happen too. Like, are you familiar with the producer Ginseng?
Ginseng. He made us. Oh yeah, I saw his tag on a Misogi song.
Yeah, I mean he produced all of Night Labelle's last record,
Mm.
and like plenty of other shit. He was very very close with Hella Sketchy, like that
Oh
side of
yeah.
things. Um, and I reached out to him, and then he sent me some pants that I made and was like, "Can you make some like this?" And I was like, "Yeah, can you send me like fit pics in them?" Because I was gonna send them to him for free. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I got you." And then he never did, but I wasn't mad because he also paid me.
Mm.
So that's kind of like exactly it. Like either I get money or like I have some guaranteed exposure, and if not, I don't really feel like working. You know what I mean? The only people that I work with, especially like clothing brand wise, that are smaller than me, are like my friends that are starting brands that like I actually see their work behind the scenes, and I'm like, yes, you have it, and I want to like water that seed. Let's go, like because I'll put my name on whatever looks good. If yeah, I'll put my name on whatever if it looks good. I don't really give a fuck about the other shit.
Mm. So yeah, like I kind of get what you mean because like you like let's say like you like send so like some shit to like someone who wanted to like you put so much effort into like one piece for someone, and like you'd honestly like expect someone to at least put like their effort into it. Yeah, I can like get what you mean
Yeah,
from that.
it's like I can send you some 101s, but like you can't shoot me a picture back. Like nah, like that's not. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kind of quit reaching out to people. Like my first like 6 months as a brand dude, like I was giving everybody like anybody I was a fan of. I was like, all right, we're just gonna just see what can happen, and that's why I have a fair few little excerpts stories from people that I talked to and shit and all that. Nothing crazy, but it's like at some point, like when I actually start like make a tiny bit of bread and like actually be like, oh, okay, like maybe I should treat this as like more than a hobby. Was kind of the point where I was like, you know what, I should focus on growing a customer base that like likes me for Underworld and not like just constant like recommendations from other people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
grow it naturally, not just like have a shit ton of like trap artists be ambassadors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like actually like develop my own like following that like knows Underworld for Underworld. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like some it's like the difference between being like oh super radical, that's Tyler Grasso's brand, and being like oh super radical made the look right. It's like well you know I don't want to be the latter. I would hope people would know me for what I make and not just because oh didn't that guy wear it.
Right. Right.
But not sure how much more I'd have to say on that matter.
Yeah, that's good. All right, next one. So I know like you sound like you have a fair good amount of experience with clothing already, just like making it and like the marketing like part and stuff. Like what would you
Mhm.
like what would some like just like tips you would give people like if they want to start like a clothing brand like from like scratch and stuff?
Um, Consider if you even want to do it and if it's worth it.
Hmm.
Uh, which is probably not the first thing you expected me to say, but let me
Oh
explain.
yeah.
Being a clothing artist, being a clothing designer right now is about as hyped as it is to be like a rapper on the internet at the moment. And as soon as you say you do something in one of those two creative fields, right now, because of the current saturation of people doing it, they're gonna undermine what you're doing and immediately write you off with the lessers. So if you're going to take that leap into an already saturated creative field, make sure you have a foothold that is your own within it. Because if like right now, nobody needs more Bart Simpson wearing Yeezys like sipping lean on a Redbubble
Oh
t-shirt for
god,
twenty
those
five
are those
dollars. You know
fucking
what I
that's
mean?
like
And nobody like we don't need any more embroidered roses on shit. And you know what I mean? Like I
yeah.
don't I don't need to dig into PacSun trends. Like
It's like the fucking like when you go to the mall and like the kiosks that like just sell like shit you could probably get like from like a custom like site.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
If you have ever spent more than like $130 on or an outfitters, I would say don't not start a clothing brand. I would just say like take a class or two and like actually like learn how to do things, because otherwise you're just going to emulate like the fake vintage Travis Scott and tees that you see and blue ripped moto jeans. Make sure that what you have is your own, because like the shit I'm making, I'm still coming into my own. And what I was making when I first started, you know, was it, like I said, I've never been one to reinvent the wheel, but I feel like I saw what people liked that I was making, and I kind of honed in on it. And if you don't have like a vision, or like at least if you don't have a vision for what you're gonna make, then your products better be exciting enough to not have to tell a story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, because there's like a big difference between people that make clothes because they legitimately like love the art of fashion and like working with their hands and learning, and there's people that like want to do graphic design and put shit on Gildan blanks because like they think it's a lucrative way to make money. If you want to make money on the internet, like just go fucking dropship or something. Please stop oversaturating it's like
Yeah, I totally agree. Just like,
there's lucrative ways to make money on the internet that don't involve like ruining other people's chances of success. You know what I mean? Like just
mm-hmm.
go drop ship or like buy a stock or something. I don't know. Just stop making shitty t-shirts.
I'm just gonna have like I got like I can feel like the people just watching this, like the kids that like use like Teespring and like, oh my, like how do you feel about Teespring? Like when people start on like that type of shit.
Dude, I use print to order services, but I found one that's local, or not local, but smaller, and has way better deals, and it's like a smaller business, so I'm happy with supporting them.
Mm.
Um, and I haven't had issues with them before. I have no issue with people using shit like Teespring
Oh
or
yeah.
custom ink or shit like that. My whole thing comes down to, if you're doing that, I'm just gonna assume you don't know a whole lot, because it takes about 5 minutes of Google searching to find the exact same services for a shit ton cheaper. Custom Ink pays to be the first one you see on Google, and I can tell you for the exact same products, their prices are incredibly expensive. Um, so all that being said, like if you're using that shit, like more power to you. Like I just had some hats shipped to me from like a service like that. The Star Trucker hats came from Iowa. I didn't import myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't have a problem with people doing that shit. You can make the hardest T-shirt alive, and if you order it from Teespring, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, like fuck that. No, there's a point of like what I'm saying is like have integrity in what you do, and like be proud of your product and make sure it's original. But I'm also like not gonna sit here and like gatekeep the fucking community, because like if you can get money, get money. Like that's all it comes down to.
Nice. I think I kind of misworded or like misworded the question a bit, but like I meant like what you said is good, right? Because like you can like, it doesn't matter what, like, because if you can make the hardest thing out of like fucking Gildan, Hanes, Fruit of the Loom, then you're fine. It's just like the people I just like make like, like the Bart Simpson sipping lean, the Yeezys,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking like hashtag savage on fucking just like that type of shit.
Like Supreme font. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that shit, like, dude, it's hella corny, but, like, at the same time, like, in the exact same breath that I will be like, please stop doing that shit, I encourage anybody that found a way to make money to make that money. Because, like, if someone could guarantee me like $1,000 a fucking month right now to just be like, hey, make some really shitty like designer cartoon graphics and put them on Redbubble, and your commissions will come out to this much. It just wouldn't have an Underworld tag on it, but you bet your sweet ass I'd be doing it, because it doesn't have to be something I'm emotionally invested in. Underworld is like my baby. It's my art and it's my income. But like, if someone just wants to take out that other part, yeah, dude, fucking do it. Like,
Yeah,
I guess it's just like, if you're gonna hold yourself to the standard of like, I call myself a.
yeah. I completely get where you're coming from. Like, yeah, I totally agree.
if you want to call yourself an entrepreneur or a businessman and all you do is sell t-shirts that you don't give a fuck about but you know how to sell them, get your money. But if you're going to call yourself like a designer, I'm an artist, I put care into the craft that of the things that I do, and I make sure that, you know, everything is this way and that way, and I have this philosophy about it, then like fucking put your money where your mouth is in that scenario. But I mean, yeah, like the Bart Simpson shit, like it's funny. Like I laugh when I see it. I'm happy. But like, it's just I don't know. They probably won't ever see me wearing it.
Yeah,
Everybody
for
can wear what
sure.
they want. You know what I mean? If you want to wear a Fortnite T-shirt from Target, more power to you.
For sure. I could probably see you just like, I don't know. I just kind of get a funny thing. I swear, like, I could probably give you like a Fortnite T-shirt, and like, you could probably make it into like the hardest shit ever. I don't know why it like sounded like funny to me. Just like, cause I saw like just looking at your page, just like the quality that you make. I can like tell that you put so much effort into it, and just like the shit you make is just so fucking hard, man. I just gotta give props to you for that,
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, man.
for sure.
I really really do. Yeah, because I do try to like I used to like early shit was pretty freestyle. Just kind of like start cutting shit up and see where it goes. And now it's like I'll think about something I want to make, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna make that now. And then like I actually like, you know, half the time I'll sit down and I'll sketch it out first, and then I'll make it. And the other half of the time it's simple enough that I can just think about it. But yeah, dude, like I wouldn't say. I mean, I'd say probably 6 out of the 7 nights a week I fall asleep, I'm probably thinking about like an idea that I already had and how to make it better. Like, and it's not even because I'm that like driven or motivated about the brand. I was gonna sew today, and then I came to my house and I just didn't because I didn't feel like it. But it's just that like that's how I'm wired.
Nice, nice.
So I just, yeah, to hear that from someone that isn't me, you know what I mean? Spend a lot of time in my own head. That's I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Just like it's, I don't know, maybe it's probably rare to me because like for me when I look at like local art, I'm not throwing shade or just like talking
Oh
down
no, a
on
lot of
like.
local art sucks. Support local art, but a lot of it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll say it so you don't have to. If you're mad, come to me, but I'll stand by what I said. Like just because it's local does not mean it's good. But there's also a lot of local shit that is really good, so give it a chance.
For sure.
How do you feel? And I was like, all right, well, if you ask me, like, I'm gonna be honest with bro, but like, we're not gonna publicize that one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Let's see. I have a few questions left because I think we're like
For sure, yeah.
52 minutes in. You have any plan? You have any like general plans for the future? Like, how do you like think? Like, do you feel like Underworld will still be a thing? Like, I know it will. Like, don't get me wrong, because of how
Yeah,
like I can see it being a very very successful brand because of how much work you've been putting in. But like, what do you have any like general plans for like the future or like?
like the next step type thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, next step is like right now, say it's grinding out that 50-piece collection that I committed already. So I mean, next month is gonna be that. Ideally, hopefully by about January, I'm moved out and hope living in Portland.
Nice.
Continuing clothing there with some homies. Um, but I mean, honestly, just hopefully making everything that comes to my head like coherent way, and people liking what I'm making as much as I'm like enjoying making it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like super like, well, I'm gonna do this and that. I mean, I want to put out a magazine this year, a little one off on kind of golf style, you know, lookbook, couple interviews, some photography, you know, whatever. Like I said in my interview with Sheesh, like I really, really want to put together a skate video. And we're talented enough to do it, then all I got to do is throw them in some clothes. I probably wouldn't be in it because as much as I love skateboarding and I'm not bad, I'm not good enough to be on camera. So I'm not bust some brute shit. Just be behind the camera for most of it, but definitely something I want to pay homage to. And like, dude, I don't know, like as simple as it is, just like to really boil it down, like just growing, like not being stagnant, like not being at these points where I'm like, fuck, like I'm stuck, I don't know what to do from here. Just like, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
doing whatever I can do to stay afloat. Shit's pretty crazy right now.
Honestly, yeah, like like the world's your oysters or whatever the fucking saying is, because like,
The world is my oyster, but the world's also ending, and so like pretty
oh,
much
for
right now,
sure, yeah,
juggling those is like pretty. It's an interesting dichotomy is probably the best way to put it. So yeah, that's probably a good way to sum that up.
yeah,
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, but also that's really scary right now.
for sure. Just like, just with oh, fuck with what's going on in the world right now, because like, yeah, I could probably see it, because we got fucking the zombie apocalypse going on. We got fucking killer hornets, from what I heard. It's a lot of crazy shit going on.
Well, I said almost everything. People would be like, "Well, what?" Like it's, but like,
Yeah,
fucking, yeah, man. I just staying afloat. I mean, this year didn't go as expected for me. I expected to be bigger and doing more this year, but that wasn't in the cards for everything that's been happening.
for sure.
And that always next year. I'm not worried about it. As far as I'm concerned, like 2020 is just kind of going to be like it's just a botched project. I'm gonna make what I can out of it, burn the rest, and fucking 2021 will hopefully be back in it, like full.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right, we're about 55 minutes in. All right, I think that's all the questions I have. Honestly, just like, I kind of came unprepared in this, to be honest, because I'd like think of this Google Doc like a day. I'm like, oh fuck, I have to do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
a
huge procrastinator.
You did ask me some questions that I haven't been asked before, which somehow, of course, only doing 2 interviews has already been an issue. So, good on you for that one. You thought of some good shit. It was fun to talk.
Nice. Well, I thank you a lot for letting me have you on, even though like I'm not like the hugest
for sure. I
person
appreciate
out.
it. No, I mean, fucking neither am I. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Just
Yeah.
everyone go check out Corey Wales. I'll put his Instagram, Twitter, everything in the description. Go cop some Underworld, because he makes some dope ass shit.
Much appreciated.
Right,
If you don't buy anything, at least hit a follow. I don't know. Whatever you're feeling.
Yup, just anything that can help.
yeah. Whatever you feel like, dude. However generous you're.
Yup. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate you a lot. Hope you do
Yeah,
well.
for sure, dog.
Hopefully 2020 gets better, or somewhat.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Can't get much worse. So.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Stuff I'm in my locker. City, I'm ready for the copper.